I took barely rooted cuttings from some very neglected Monsteras. Let me show you how I decide whether to root them in sphagnum moss or water. First up is this cutting. It has a very fresh and yellow aerial root. This is going straight into moss, and it's going to continue growing just as it is now. This is what it looks like a little less than 2 weeks later. A little less growth than I expected, but at this point it's going to really start taking off. Next up, I have this cutting with a very short aerial root that has started corking over. It's still slightly yellow at the tip, and I think it's going to start growing really quickly in water. I was right, because here's what it looked like after just 3 days in water. The tip has pushed through the thin layer of corking and has started growing. Here's what it looks like 10 days later. Once it starts growing its secondary set of roots right here, it'll be ready to put into moss. Lastly, I have this cutting. All the roots have rotted off, except for this little nub. From my experience, these types of cuttings generally take the longest to root, and the fastest way to root them is in water. This is 13 days later, and we have a little root growing. At this point, I'll start adding nutrients into their water.